She kissed me like she always did, out of routine, not affection. It was practiced sterile, the kind of kiss that carried no weight, no spark. Then she turned away and adjusted her dress in the mirror, wearing that faraway look she always assumed I didn't catch. "We'll take separate cars," she said, too casually, "in case you want to leave early." I didn't argue, just gave a nod. That's what she counted on. I strapped our son into the passenger seat. He looked up at me, calm but observant, like a child trying to read the weather before it turns. As I backed out of the driveway, I noticed her car was already gone. Halfway through the drive, he leaned over, speaking so softly it was nearly lost the hum of the road. That quiet tone kids use when they sense something's wrong, but can't put it into words. "Dad, Mom doesn't know I found this." He opened his palm. Inside was a white hotel key card. In blue ink, someone had written, "Room 237. Below that, Mark. I took it from him. My hand stayed steady, at least for now. I smiled, though it didn't feel real, and veered off the highway. I think I missed a turn. I told him. He didn't ask questions. Smart boy. Must have gotten that from me. The hotel was unremarkable. Clean, plain, a place meant to be forgotten. I parked behind the building and left the engine running. "Wait here. I won't be long." He didn't press, just nodded once. Inside, the elevator reeked of bleach and regret. I stood still as the floor numbers blinked upward like a countdown. Second floor, left turn, room 237. I knocked once. Silence. Then the latch clicked. The door opened a few inches and stopped. A man stood there, tall, shirt halfway buttoned, barefoot on the carpet. Behind him, I caught the scent of her perfume, heard her laugh, saw her figure blur behind a curtain-filtered light. He looked at me like I was nobody, maybe a delivery guy, maybe someone who knocked on the wrong door. But then he met my eyes and froze. She called out from the bed, "Mark? Who is it?" "My name's not Mark." It never was. He eased the door shut. I let him. I didn't knock again. I didn't have to. I already understood everything. That night, I said nothing. Not at dinner. Not in bed. She smiled the way she always did, like it all meant nothing. Or maybe everything. I watched her, measure the space between her words. She told me about the party at her parents' house, her mother's new dress, her father's speech. She described it all like she'd been there for hours. I nodded when it was expected of me, but I already knew what the wallpaper in room 237 looked like. I knew which rings she took off before climbing into bed with someone else. The next morning, I went through her messages. She had no idea I'd mirrored her phone the year before, just in case. Mark had been cautious. Burner phones. Hidden photo vaults. But no one hides perfectly. Not forever. Their first meeting? 6 months ago. A conference, of course. There were photos, texts, conversations about me, shared laughter, imagined futures. She told him I'd grown distant, cold, emotionless. She wasn't wrong. I stopped showing warmth the day I stopped believing in her. That happened long before she ever slept in another man's arms. But it all led to one thing, a paternity test. Simple, clean, a quick swab for my son, another from me, 3 days of waiting. I didn't sleep during those nights. Didn't feel the need. The envelope came in a plain white mailer. Quiet, unmarked, like truth usually is. I opened it in my office. Locked the door first. Not a match. Probability of paternity, 0%. I read the words over and over again, then folded the paper and tucked it into my jacket pocket like a silent weapon. That night, I made her favorite dinner, set the table, lit the candles, played her favorite songs. She smiled like she'd just won something. After dessert, I slid the envelope across to her. No words. She opened it slowly. Her fingers began to tremble. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. She looked at me, but I was already gone inside. "I can explain," she whispered. I gave a slow nod. Not agreement, just acknowledgement. She reached for my hand. I pulled away. No yelling, no swearing. Instead, I placed my phone on the table, Opened the message thread between her and Mark. Photos, dates, maps. I watched her expression crumble. I saw you, I said. One wrong turn. That's all it took. She broke into sobs. But tears aren't remorse. They're just fear wearing a sad face. I didn't mean for this to happen. You meant it every time you lied. She stood up, reached again. I stepped back. One step. Then I said what she never expected. He's not mine, but I'll be his father anyway, because you don't deserve him. She collapsed into the chair like someone had cut the strings holding her up. I turned and left. No slammed doors. No threats. Just a quiet goodbye wrapped in distance. When I got home, he was sitting on the porch steps, still holding that key card. I took it from his hand and slipped it into my pocket. He didn't ask anything. Didn't need to. We sat together in silence, watching the sun disappear behind rooftops. I wrapped an arm around him. He leaned into me. He isn't my blood, but he's my son. She thought she broke me. All she did was show me what was already over. Now, I finally know who I am without her. Finality doesn't need to shout. It's just a closed door that no longer needs a lock.